Master trapper and tanner Tom Orr gained a huge following when he featured in History Channel's Mountain Men.
For over a decade, Tom Orr captured hearts as the soul of mountain men, a true frontiersman living off the land, defying modern life with nothing but grit, skill, and an unbreakable bond with nature. He wasn't just a cast member, he was the reason many tuned in. But then, without warning, he vanished. No goodbye episode, no explanation, just gone. Fans were left asking, did something happen to Tom? Was it health, family, or something the show didn't want you to know? And here's the real question. Was his quiet exit part of a tragic truth hiding in plain sight all along? Today we uncover the mystery behind Tom Orr's departure, the emotional battles he kept private, and the surprising life he's chosen since walking away from the spotlight. Stick with us, because what really happened to Tom Orr is more raw, more human, and far more inspiring than you might expect. When Mountain Men first hit screens in 2012 on the History Channel, it wasn't just another reality show. It was a window into a vanishing world, a world where cutting firewood, hunting game, and battling the elements weren't hobbies, but survival itself. It struck a chord with viewers craving authenticity, real grit, real life, and no one embodied that more than Tom Orr. A retired rodeo cowboy with weathered hands and a gentle spirit, Tom lived deep in Montana's Yak River Valley with his beloved wife, Nancy. Far from luxury or convenience, the couple thrived off-grid, trapping, tanning hides, and crafting by hand what most of us buy at stores. They didn't just play the part, they lived it. Their bond with nature and with each other became the heart of the show. Quiet, humble, and fiercely independent, Tom quickly became more than just a TV character. He became a symbol. Tom didn't just survive the elements, he thrived in them. From tanning hides using ancient Native American methods to crafting traditional gear, his way of life became both a living history lesson and a symbol of independence. Tom's story isn't complete without Nancy. In the late 1970s, the couple packed up their life into an old pickup, paid for with muskrat pelts, and drove into the heart of Montana. No plan, no roadmap, just a dream. Through brutal winters and endless isolation, Tom and Nancy didn't just survive, they built a life grounded in grit and love. Their bond deepened with every snowfall, every tough season, every challenge faced together. One pivotal shift came when Tom discovered the ancient art of brain tanning, using animal brains to soften hides, a forgotten skill that would shape their future. It wasn't just survival anymore, it became legacy. At Frontier Rendezvous events, Tom's handcrafted leather goods weren't just admired, they were revered. He wasn't just a mountain man, he was an artist of a dying tradition. But long before the wilderness, Tom's world was a very different battleground, one of roaring bulls and adrenaline-charged arenas. Born in Rockford, Illinois, he grew up surrounded by horses and was taught the ropes of trick riding by his own father. That early passion led him to hitchhike to rodeos by the time he was just 15. The dirt, the danger, the 8-second ride, it became his life. For decades, Tom rode the rodeo circuit, carving a name for himself with the same quiet determination that later defined him on Mountain Men. But even back then, the wild was calling. Throughout the 1960s, Tom carved out a reputation as one of the toughest riders in the International Rodeo Association, frequently landing in the top 10. But with every ride came risk. In 1970, he suffered a brutal fall from a bull named Woolly Bugger, leaving him seriously injured. Though he continued to ride for another decade, something inside had shifted. The thrill began to fade, replaced by a yearning for something more lasting. In 1981, Tom walked away from the rodeo, not in defeat, but on his own terms. The spotlight dimmed, and the wilderness called louder than ever. Fast forward to season 11 of Mountain Men, and fans began to notice something unsettling. Tom, once so physically sharp, seemed to be moving slower, with less of his old energy. Then came the frightening moment. he suddenly began struggling to breathe in the middle of the night. It wasn't a staged drama for cameras. This was real, raw, and dangerous. Viewers held their breath as the episode unfolded. The stoic mountain man, who once tamed bulls and thrived off-grid, now faced a new kind of battle. It was clear something was very wrong. With no nearby hospital, Tom and Nancy drove nearly 80 miles through rugged terrain to the closest facility. The diagnosis? Heart failure. His lungs were filling with fluid. The man who once tamed the wild was now facing his most personal battle. He was fitted with a heart monitor and a defibrillator vest. Stark reminders that even legends have limits. But what stood out most wasn't the fear. It was Nancy's unwavering support. She stepped up, took over, and showed that their bond was as tough as the mountains around them. As Tom's health declined, another force was threatening the peaceful life he built. Fame. The success of mountain men brought fans, and lots of them. People from all over the world began showing up at his remote cabin, hoping to meet the man behind the legend. One summer, the traffic became overwhelming. Tourists, honeymooners, even international visitors, all wanting a glimpse. Tom appreciated the love, but the intrusion on their privacy, the constant knock at the door, the loss of peace, it was the opposite of the life he and Nancy had carved out. When you mix fame with declining health, it makes you rethink everything. Then came the rumors. In 2020, a fake obituary spread online, claiming Tom Oar had died. It was detailed, believable, and completely false. But it spread like wildfire. Fans, unaware it was fake, mourned the beloved mountain man. Social media exploded. Tributes poured in. Even some media outlets took the bait. This wasn't helped by Tom's absence from several episodes and his real medical scare. The line between truth and fiction blurred, and the internet ran with it. But here's the truth. Tom Oar is very much alive. While his time on screen has decreased, he's still living, quietly, between Montana and Florida, embracing life on his own terms. Retirement isn't easy for someone like Tom. "Do you just sit there?" he once joked. For a man who's lived over 80 years in action, slowing down is foreign. But with age comes change. These days, Tom and Nancy spend part of their time in Florida, a softer climate, fewer visitors, and a chance to rest. But they haven't let go of Montana completely. Their bond with the Yak River Valley is unshakable. Season 11 of Mountain Men even showed Tom preparing for another winter. With his heart monitor in place, he's not giving up. He's adapting. Tom Oar's story is more than survival. It's legacy, it's love, it's craftsmanship. From his early days with first wife Janice Fraser and their children, to the heartbreaking loss of daughter Keely in 2015, to his present with Nancy, it's a life full of emotion and depth. His son Chad now runs a successful horse training center in Florida. His brother Jack has quietly supported the family and appeared on over 20 episodes of Mountain Men. Together, the Oars run Willow Bend Trading Post, where fans buy their handmade goods, from leather shirts to knives. Even now, Tom's lifestyle has turned into a thriving business and respected brand, bringing in thousands each month. But behind all the numbers is a simple truth, a man who never stopped being true to himself. Tom Oar's journey has taught us something rare, that it's possible to live by your values, even in a world that constantly changes. He didn't just survive the wild, he became part of it. So whether he's in Montana or Florida, making moccasins or just sitting by the fire with Nancy, one thing is certain, the mountain man lives on. What do you think of Tom Oar's journey? Let us know in the comments. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss a story from the edge of the wild. Thanks for watching.